starts back here, but YouTube did change its format quite a bit when it comes to the live streaming. And it's time to make a quick post. Oh, no, yep, there it is. I was about to say I don't have my phone, but I do. Let's get the chat set up right. Live chat. And fix the camera. Oh, that's pretty close. Whoa. I didn't notice that. That's a brand new piece of background, but must have got splashed pretty bad. Huh. I did just change some of the background stuff, but all right. What's up, Booger Butt? And we got Chusik here. What's happening? What's happening? Let me get a quick post made real quick. Am I crooked? My hat crooked. What's going on there? Anyway. There it is. I was about to say, I lost YouTube. Whoa, my battery's dead on this device. So, tonight, we will check out a video that me and Gabe did, which I have not seen yet, so we'll do that later. So, if it's inappropriate in any way, it'll be, the algorithm shouldn't, it's usually like the first few minutes, or maybe even 10 minutes now on a live stream. If you say trigger words, they shall demonetize you and certainly shadow ban. Which I haven't been doing the vertical stuff just because I feel like that format doesn't fit what we do well enough. Not at all, really. It just makes it hard to get the food into frame and all that. But me and Gabe had a really interesting, very interesting beer that had a pepper in it for 30. Hang on, how many years? Yeah, 32 years. 35 to 32 years. It was either 1990 or 1993. We weren't 100% sure, but we were pretty sure from right around there. Okay. I need a link. Yep. So I got to go over to my channel because it won't. It's not even promoting it to me. It should promote my live stream whenever I click in to YouTube on my account with a different device, but it hasn't been doing that. So, okay, share, copy link. What's up, dude? What's up, buddy? Good boy. He's a good boy. Here, go over this way. Go over this way. So we got an interesting menu tonight. I've never had a good one. Now, this is one of the MREs that Gabe gave me. And I'll tell you, I've had extremely good luck out of the MREs that he's gave me. Whoa, dude, you're going to knock the stuff off over there on the other side. So there you go. Lay down on that side. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Blazing Gamer 97, what's up? Okay. I guess. Just go ahead and do your thing, buddy. You distracted me. What am I doing? There we go. Probably don't need more photos. Keep current selection. This is a 1984 MRE. And I'm down to virtually only, I got 3 left of the 84s. Are they 80? Yeah, 84s. So this is 40. What? 41 years old? Yeah, I think I put that on the picture, on the thumbnail. All right, where? Surely I got a thumbnail of another one of these, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope. Oh, shoot. All right. I shall. Good enough. You got yourself framed up pretty good there, buddy. You got goop in your eye, it looks like. Okay. And we lose an hour tonight, right? Okay. Done. Yeah, that phone is going to die. All right, hang on. Let me get plugged in real quick. See you jump down, buddy. You want to come back? All right. Sorry about that. But we will need something to watch the Gabe video on. Oh, I forgot about having that. Cool. All right. Let's see what the chat says. So we got Storm Tracker, Booger Butt, and Booger Butt. Love to find an Alaking that was edible. Alakings, I would say 50-50. I think they hold up rather well considering what they are. Alaking usually has some sort of dairy in it with that creamy sauce, I guess you'd call it. I think one of the first times that I ate a really vintage MRE, if I remember right, it was a chicken a la king. And it was real weird. It had turned green because it was really heavy with the peas. And it tasted like peas, but it was just the chicken had a numbing effect to it. This has been like, whew, wow, a decade ago. That's crazy. It's crazy how time flies by. Gabe was here the other day, and here, I'll grab it. Pulled this picture out. Showed him the last time I went on vacation before I got hurt with my family. If I can keep my family out of it, kinda. There I am. Bad reflection, but hang on. There. Yeah, without a beard. Me without a beard. I think I'm about ready to cut it off. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but it definitely makes me look older. There's no doubt about the fact that this beard definitely makes me look older. I don't know. Still a little dusty. I bought this right before we went out on a fishing trip. 2014. Day after my birthday on 2015 or 2014. So we didn't go on vacation in 2015, I guess. And then April of 2016 is whenever I had the incident. I ain't gonna call it an accident. Whenever I had the incident at work, it was not my fault. So, anyway, can't remember what I was. Oh, we were talking about Chicken a la King. If you can find someone who has some MREs from the Chicken a la King era, and it had a good chicken, somebody like, you know, somebody who's had some of the other ones out of the case, and it had a good chicken and rice in it, or if it had a good, what else? Something else that ages about the same. I know chicken and rice ages very similar to what Chicken a la King does, because of the chicken, I guess. But I've had Chicken a la King that made my mouth go numb, and I've had Chicken a la King that is edible. Best Chicken a la King I've had, obviously, came out of the Long Range Patrol. It's this right here. This. I mean, if you want a good Chicken a la King, you can't go wrong with the freeze-dried. I just wonder how, I don't think it's close. I mean, Mountain House was and still is, like, their dishes are so much different than the stuff that goes in retorts that's put in there by Warnick and Miraqual. You know what I'm saying? And Sopaco, if I was to rate them, like, Sopaco always is at the bottom. Their quality is always lacking. I don't know why. They're supposed to be using the exact same stuff, but it's clear that Sopaco cuts corners when it comes to recipes and quality of the product. The noodles, the vegetables, you name it. You know, they're, I would say, consistently like 30% worse than, and Ameriqual, I would put Ameriqual probably most of the time in the middle. Warnick typically has like the better quality stuff. I don't know why that is. I really don't. It doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest. Now, that could have something to do with even the water that they're using for the recipes out of their taps. If they're using their tap water, maybe they got a water softener, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I would be willing to bet as much water as they have to use, they're just using tap water for the recipes. That could be the deciding factor on some of the quality, but not all of it. I'm pretty sure Sopaco's cutting quality, cutting corners, whatever you want to call it, any chance they get. That's just my personal thoughts on the matter, my experience with the different manufacturers. I got to try to get in the habit of not using the word brands, because it's not really I wouldn't really call it a brand, it's a manufacturer. And if I use the word brand and I'm doing something on TikTok, they don't like brands that aren't advertising on their platform. Like, and we all know that Ameriqual, Sopaco, and Warnick will never be advertising anywhere that I know of. I mean, I guess they do. Maybe they do a little bit on the civilian side, but I've never really seen just outright advertisements. Maybe on eBay once I saw a couple of Ameriqual kind of advertisements pop up in, like, when I was scrolling, and it would be a direct from manufacturer. But I can't think of any time I've never seen an ad. Huh. You know, with how popular or necessary or whatever you want to call it, rations have become, it's kind of a wonder why they haven't. Well, I guess they all have solid government contracts that keep the bills paid, right? I think that's probably it. And we all know, like, well, we can use those superchargers that the government was supposed to have built. They were supposed to have, how many was it? Was it 8,000 built? And they had, man, how many billions was it? Was it 40 billion that they had put out there for those 8,000 chargers to be built, which is an insane amount of money for that many chargers, I feel like. But that never happened. They built 4 or 8. I cannot recall which one it was, but it was something like that, and they had spent all that money. And another, for instance, I saw a government bill where they went out and bought a shovel that cost $10,000 for a shovel. I'm wondering if that shovel was legitimately, the head of it, the metal part, was made of like 10 karat gold or something. You know, 10 karat gold, a little harder. Maybe you could dig a hole with it. Gold's pretty soft. I don't know. 10 karat gold, it would probably still mess up the shovel pretty bad just trying to dig at your standard hole out in the yard. But they paid $10,000. What was it? It was coffee cups. They were paying, I believe, I could get this wrong, but it seems like it was $2,500 per cup. And I'm talking like the cups that come with like the little cardboard sleeve that slide. You get them in like hotels usually, or maybe you buy them for your house. You can buy them. You can buy them, and it's got the little plastic lid that goes on. $2,500 per cup. I mean, I got to meet these salesmen that were selling these shovels for 10 grand and the coffee cups for 2,500. I need to meet these people because clearly we're doing something wrong. Gotta figure out whatever it is they're doing. I want to do that. Hey, Multimagnum, what's up? Storm Tracker. Hey, Delicious is here. We're fixing to lose an hour of time, I do believe. I clicked this light off. Why did I click this light off? I don't remember. Anyway, I figured I'd let a few people get in here, and then we'll dive into this ration. I have, we're going to do the other. Wait, Delicious wasn't here. I will do the cigarette comparison on the Lucky Strikes, I think that, yeah, probably. Polish versus American. Which, you know what? Right now in the, 21 minutes in, or 18 minutes in. Yeah. Let's, wait, do I have this upside down? I do. I cut the sacred with it properly. Lucky Strike. And Lucky Strike. I'll tell you what, these Luckies right here that I got in reds. So these are red right there, and red right there. But this is a very weird pack to me. It's a 22 pack, which, I mean, I love the fatter pack. Like I said, my dad smoked 25s, and I always thought that wide pack was cool. This ain't quite as wide, but Does this have that glow on it anywhere? What's that about? What is that? Huh. No idea. And recycled paper. Look at that. There's no aluminum, no metal, which is a great thing. No plastic. Info, telephone number, 1-800. I guess 800-610-610. Is that a phone number? Huh. Anyway, I guess I'll compare those at. I guess I don't have to smoke the whole thing, huh? Oh, yes. American spirits. Yes, Germans. The German and the American. It'll be interesting to find out if they cheaped out on the quality. I didn't think you was here for those Luckies, is why I was going to do that again. I thought you weren't here. These should be the same, I hope, but I don't know, because this one does not indicate if it's like the classic mellow or whatever. So, I mean, I just went with the same color. Huh. All right. All right. I wonder how well those American spirits sell over. I bet they're cheaper in Germany than they are over here. Or I don't know. Maybe the import taxes is high. Wait, are these made in America? How would I know? How would I be able to find that out? Maybe it's under there. Let me pack these a little bit. I'll rip that off there and see if it says if they're made in America or not. It's in German. Dang it. Well, I don't know. I would think that they would be, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe not. All right. Get these ones packed, too. I just had to go plug in my other phone. Or I would. It was getting ready to die. German spirits, yeah. I wonder if it's German tobacco that they're using in American spirits. I would hope not. But maybe. Maybe. Let's see what the American version says on the back here. It says, our yellow style was crafted with the original American Spirit tobacco blend that has defined our portfolio from the start. It's a mellow taste made from earth-friendly whole leaf tobacco and water. AmericanSpirits.com. Made in our zero waste to landfill facility. Tobacco ingredients. Tobacco and water. That's it. Natural American Spirit cigarettes are not safer than other cigarettes. Yeah, it's a common theme with American spirits. People think that they're better for you, and honestly, it's very possible that they slightly are. But all cigarettes are bad for you, so I guess there's not really any better. It's just your Surgeon General's warning. Really, these don't even say made in America on them. Do they? No. I just assume that they are because they're called American Spirits. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe that tobacco's grown in Mexico, or probably not Canada, but I don't think Canada grows a whole lot of, I'm sure they grow some, but probably not a whole lot of tobacco. Seems how much stays much cooler up there. I'm sure they got a short season that they can grow in certain areas up there, though. All right. Should I do this now or do this first? You guys can decide. Let me go ahead. Oh, I got to cut the tax stamp. We don't have that going on here. What the heck? Ooh. Man, that is a very tight lid. Got a little embossed. What would that be? A eagle? Like top of a totem pole eagle. Right, gotta flip the first one. It's a Lucky cigarette. I'm pretty sure that these look different. I can already tell. I've never seen an American Spirit that look like that with them gold lines on it. Now that eagle is likely going to be on there. All right. There's the German. Get out the American. Okay, I can already tell. Like even the filters, just from looking at them, I can tell that they're different. They feel different to the touch. One single gold ring. Huh. So definitely, this one's got a brown eagle with two little skinny gold lines. The filter is actually considerably longer. As you can see, it goes clear up to there. The American one stops right there. That is I mean, that's a difference. Sizable difference. Huh. The filters also, like, look at the filters. I don't know if you guys can tell. This one's way more aerated looking. I don't know. It looks like you can get more air. This one looks a lot tighter. This one's whiter than this one as well. This one has a little bit of a slight yellowish tint to it in person. Interesting. All right, let me dry hit them. That's got a really good tobacco flavor to it. Really nice and clean. A little bit tough on the pull there on the German. Whoa. Wow. A lot tougher pull on this one. The tobacco, it doesn't taste as good. What are you doing on the non-filter end? Yeah, that's got a lot more flavor. Just dry hitting the tobacco itself. All right, we're gonna do we'll do the American first. No, I got a clean palate. Let me do the German first. Let me do the German. I gotta find some matches real quick. I mean, I got tons of them. Just gotta find a pack. There we go. All right. Brand new pack of LRP matches. I guess you'd call those black, but they're not really black. All right. German first, and then American. Beef slices from 1984. Menu number 4, beef slices with barbecue sauce. I wouldn't call it a rare menu. I mean, it's in every case, but it's one that you don't see a whole lot, and I've never had it be remotely edible. Usually the beef slices are hard, brown, like not the right kind of brown for hamburger. Like they're not usually edible. Here we go. German, American, spirit. First drag, you always get some of the phosphorus flavor from the matches. But there's something about lighting a cigarette with the match that just, you don't get that butane. The butane from the lighters definitely corrupts the entire cigarette. What are you doing, Minnie? What are you doing, Minnie? It's definitely not a light. I was expecting this to be, I would say this is more of a medium. Makes sense why they call it a mellow, but I was thinking mellow was probably going to be like a light or an ultralight. If this is a light or an ultralight, I mean, I guess it could be a light, a pretty decently strong light. I mean, I do have to hit it 3 times to feel like I'm getting a hit. But man, it has no funny aftertaste. I would say 8.5, 9 on quality of the tobacco. It's up there. It's up there. It doesn't have any bitterness to it or any any harsh aspect to it at all. Hey, Spicy Tuna Rolls, what's happening? Good to see you, good to see you. Oops. Yep, I'm hitting it 3 times every time. So it probably is like a, it probably is a light, I would say. It's been a long time since I smoked any lights on purpose. Well, hit it twice that time. But it's super, super smooth. Again, usually you have at least a little bit of weird aftertaste, like that I would call a negative. Like it's a negative to the cigarette. This doesn't have a bad aftertaste at all. Which American Spirit's pretty consistent when it comes to that for me. Go ahead, Brownie. The heck? What you got on you? What is that? You got something sticky on you. Overall, I would give it a solid, probably 8 on the scale of 1 to 10, and I do halves, so 1 to 20. American version, it's down here. I have a sneaking suspicion, just based on the dry pull and the filter, the German's going to be better. This is just harder to drag through. I'm not getting the fresh tobacco coming through like I did on that one. We'll find out though. Ooh. Ooh. Surely that's not from the match. I'm going to reserve my judgment. Give it a second to air out. Wow. First clean hit after the light, after I've lit it. This does not even compare to that. They do not taste alike at all. Not at all. If you told me that they were the same brand, supposed to be the same, no way. No way. This is way harder to hit. It's got a really bad aftertaste. It's got a really nasty, harsh, and bitter mouth taste. Just, I'm surprised. I've not had that out of American Spirits that I can recall. But I was never directly comparing it to something else from another country. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm surprised, really, I am. Huh. It is definitely way harder to hit. The filter is way more compacted and harder to drag through. Now, where this one's so harsh, I'm only dragging on it twice, and that's enough. That is enough. Man, I'm disappointed. I figured the American version would be at least be on par with the German version. I can confidently say the German is considerably better. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even smoke these. It's got a really bad aftertaste. Really bad. What'd Delicious say? Yeah, I figured there would be a lot more similarities than there are as well. Delicious said he figured they'd be alike, a lot more. They'd be closer to being alike, but man, I would probably give this like a... If I wasn't comparing it and I was just trying it on its own, maybe I would feel different and think differently about it. But after having that one, comparing it directly to this one and giving that one like around an 8, I mean, the taste just lingers, and it's in my saliva. It's got a slight metallic aftertaste as well, which I do not like at all. What is that? like a 6 maybe. Maybe even less, maybe like a 5.5. It's that different. I don't like it. It's very metallic. Very metallic. Almost like putting a penny in your mouth. Ooh. I'm shocked. I did not expect that out of, especially what is considered to be a top tier brand in America. Maybe I got a bad one. I don't know. I don't think so. The filters all look the same, and I would almost venture to bet it's something in that filter. I don't know what it might be, but if I recall correctly, when I compared the Lucky Strikes, the Polish version was better. They were similar. They were very similar. Like the last time I bought Lucky Strikes, they were horrible. I don't know that I bought Reds, though. I don't know what I bought. I thought I was buying like the full flavor, but maybe not, because they don't tell you anymore. In America, they've taken that aspect away. There's no longer full flavor or regular, or they go with these colors. And I thought I'd had these before, but maybe not. These were okay. I would say these were okay. The Polish ones were better. Oh, the ones come from Poland, I would say, are a step above. But now, American Spirits, there's really no comparison. Like, if you blindfolded me and gave me both of them, I would think that the American Spirit was like a what's a comparable brand? Like a Sonoma, which is a really cheap brand, or like a they don't make basics anymore. I don't buy many cheap brands, so I would say what I would think would be a cheap cigarette, something that I would never buy. And the other one I would tell you is a better cigarette. I wouldn't know exactly what it was unless you gave me like 5 to pick from. I might be able to pick it out. But Brownie giving herself a bath. I gotta go check on Minnie. What are you doing, Minnie? What, Minnie? What? Oh, here. Come say hi to the people real quick, and then I'll put you out, okay? Okay? Come say hi to everybody before I open my food. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, there's my baby. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Yes, here's my 17-year-old baby. Yes, there is. Oh. Yeah. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? She's got resting mean face. Brownie's got curious face. Alright, I'm going to let you out. Alright, let's get some food opened up. Some 41-year-old food. Thank you, Delicious, for the opportunity to try both of these cigarettes out. I feel like the American one would probably give me a headache. Something with that metallic stuff in there. I wonder if I would have noticed that so much had I not been directly comparing it. I don't know. I do not know if I would have. I probably would have. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'm surprised, too. Hey, thanks for the fur, Brownie. Appreciate it. Leaving your mark up there. All right. All right, you ready to get out of my way? Huh? Hey. Come on. You're shedding for some reason. Come on. You gotta get down. Come on, Brownie. Yeah, you gotta get down, honey. Whoop. What are you doing, Garfield? Don't fight. No fighting. What's up, buddy? What's up? You gonna come up here and say hello? Come here. Real quick. What the? What are you doing, bud? Huh? What are you doing? You big boy. He likes to have his butt scratched. He's about a 20-pound cat. Ain't you, buddy? Huh? You big boy. You a big boy. Yeah. Ain't you big boy. Ain't you big boy. Yeah. He's also kind of a mean-looking cat. He used to be a real mean cat. You couldn't do anything with him hardly at all. That scar on his neck. It still gets a little scab on it here and there. Don't you bite me. Yeah, don't you bite me. Come on. Time to get down, Bubba. Ugh. All right. Go on about your business. Go on. You gonna leave me alone or what? What are you doing? Go find yourself a spot to sit down. All right. Now, this is a little MRE. I mean, down here on the bottom, it's like up here where the crackers, I assume, where they're at, maybe the accessory packet up here. I don't know. But still, like, you talk about a lightweight 1,300 calorie meal. Here you go. These first generation ones, lightweight, easy to carry, not any frills or anything special usually. They're just a meal. Like, get your sustenance, get your calories in you. Like, there wasn't really much when the guys would break them down and take them out of the bag to, you know, just get rid of this packaging, all this extra packaging. There wasn't much that they could shed out of these, really. So, again, this is the last menu like this that I've got. Most of the other ones are the freeze-dried mains, like the beef and pork patty. I think there's one beef and 2 pork in one of them, and then the other, the 85s, 86s, 87s, I can't remember what year they are. I think they're 87s. Anyway, those ones, I think there's 2, and then the other 2 menus, I can't remember. One's a ham slice. I got a ham slice in both of them. I remember now. But mainly, it's just the freeze-dried ones, which should be good. All right, let's cut this bad boy open. Clean off my surface. No cat hair. All right, here we go. Smells like old Army surplus. That's what an old Army surplus store used to smell like, is that what this plastic. This plastic has a very distinct smell. And that's what I remember going in them all the time when I was a kid with my grandpa. We used to have one across the river over there that was pretty large, and he was a big gun collector, World War II era guns, and he would I'd say that's probably where he was getting them back then, if I remember right. Oh, waffles, yeah, thumbs up if you guys don't mind. That would be awesome. Absolutely. I think they kind of changed it to where you gotta like press and hold the screen for a menu to come up for you to be able to hit it. But if you don't care to thumbs up or down, either way, just give Google their sense, whatever. Obviously, we got our crackers. And if you didn't know, crackers. Anyway, crackers. Here's our, whoa. Huh. Maybe I cut that when I was opening it? Huh. Never had that happen before. Weird. Look at that. We got a set of Reagan cookies. Look at that. That's a sight for sore eyes. You got your chocolate covered cookies, chocolate covered. Sterling Baking Company. Or Sterling Bakery, sorry. Does that say? Kenwick, San Antonio, Texas. 78238. Cool. This is a cool one. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Strawberries even. And it's not very well vacuum sealed. This first generation, the freeze-dried fruit, a lot of times would not be vacuum sealed properly, and it ruins them. This one still feels crunchy, though, so it should be okay. Mainly, if it might be a little bit off, but it feels edible. It feels edible. Here's our accessory packet that has coffee, cream substitute, sugar, candy, salt, chewing gum, matches, and toilet paper. So this is a thick accessory packet with something in it. I don't know what, but it's got candy in it. So, ooh yeah. I thought that was cocoa beverage. Daggone it. Peanut butter. I was hoping for a cocoa beverage powder. Man, that would have really topped this meal off. Well, last but not least, we got our beef slices in barbecue sauce. Date code the 60th day of 1984. So this is legitimately 40 years old. Because that would be like, wow, almost the date today. Pretty close. I mean, we're just like a week past this date. So, packed by Land O'Frost Incorporated out of Lansing, Illinois. Interesting. It's got like a flat matte box. Huh. How about that? Well, that is everything out of the bag. There. Come on, focus. Focus. There it is. Yep, this is a pretty good menu with the cookies and the freeze-dried strawberries. Like, strawberries is so rare to get. I've only seen strawberries come out of a vintage MRE, like, I don't know. I could count it on both my hands less than 10 times. And I've eaten, my gosh. Freaking static made the cat hair all stick to this bag like it was its job. Gracious. Maybe it's because it's on my, I'll bet it's on my hands. Probably all over me now, too. Anyway. Alright, let me get this opened up. And they did not mess around with the glue back then. They went overboard. Really, they did. Redonkulous. I even like how they compacted this. But they still made sure to glue it in. Oh, man. The glue's still sticky. Yeah, they went overboard with the glue. Alright, I'm going to go throw this in some boiling water. That does not feel like the beef slices like I've had before. Huh. Beef slices with barbecue sauce. The ones I had before were discs of, well, they were beef slices. Alright, let me go throw this in. I'll be right back and we'll get the rest of the stuff opened up. 4 minutes is all I'm putting this in this water. Check the time. 10:27. So at 10:31, I got to get that out. Tray. Peanut butter. Strawberries. Crackers. Cookies. Spoon. And anybody got any idea what's going to be the candy in the accessory packet? Put your guesses in the chat. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be Charms, could be a fudge bar, could be caramels. I hope it's not caramels. They're always funky, especially when they're in an accessory packet and they didn't get to like breathe a little bit. I don't know. I think that's real. I don't know. Man, I could be wrong about the reasoning there, but that's what I've always thought. All right, here we go. Let's see what this thing smells like, and I'll tell you about from the smell what's in it. Oh, yeah, that's chocolate in there of some kind. Well, there it is. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Wayne Candy Incorporated. Oh, man. I can already see the discoloration of the chocolate, the deformation. Oh, man. I might just keep that for display. It's hard as a rock. Oh. Look at the lettering that came off of it in the packaging. I don't know if you can see it. You see that purple in there? Right there on this side? Yeah, it's got a funk to it. The smell is not anything pleasant. All right. A little greasy on the coffee instant. 2.2 grams net weight with ascorbic acid. Nice. Gotta love that. All right, 1 more minute. Here's our sugar. It feels okay. Here's our iodized salt with blue lettering, made by Stickney and Pour. Every time I see it, it makes me think of Nathan. His last name is Stickney, right? Stickney? I think so. Cream substitute dry, non-dairy, which makes it still usable after 41 years. And we have our blue United States issued butt ration. Use that on the booty. Or you can use it on your mouth, I guess, as a napkin. And your matches, we got black matches with white tips. Strike on back. And last but not least, you got your green chiclet style gum that I always don't mess with. Always forget. Or I just don't.
I do both. I forget, and sometimes I intend to, and I don't do it, and then sometimes I just forget. All right. Never use the salt. Never. Never need it. All right. Delicious cup tonight. It is. We only have one drink, right? Yeah. All right. Let me go get that main out. That should stay warm until we're ready for it. I got it all wrapped up in a towel. All right. Oh yeah, the cream looks good. Creamer. Sugar. Oh, she's a little chunky. A little chunky. It's breaking up all right. All right. And well, all right. I gotta go in here and get my hot water, so right back. It smells all right. Right back. Peanut butter. Give it a. I'm just gonna knead it this way. It always messes up the packaging if I roll it in my hands. Which it doesn't really matter, but to keep it fresh looking. That's a good looking thing of peanut butter. This is a good looking MRE overall. Like when Gabe got these, we didn't know any of the history behind them. When he bought them, he got them at probably like a garage sale or something, and then he threw them in his storage unit and they sat there for like 4 years. He stopped by here once or twice and left them up there in his storage unit, which, you know, whatever. I mean, he's the one that bought them. He did not have to bring them at all. But, yeah, he said it gets really hot in the summer, just like it does here. And then it gets really cold in the winter. So they went through that hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold change, especially in a storage unit. It gets really hot. And they spent at least 4 years in there. These should not be in the shape that they're in. They really probably shouldn't be edible, period. But we have had rather good luck with them. I mean, honestly, I think I've been able to eat, like, I would say average 7 or 8 out of 10. I mean, we had 24 to start with. I hope he finds some more cases like that, because, wow. Look at it. Wow. Look at those crackers. My goodness. That is just a sight for sore eyes right there. And they smell perfect. They're very heavy with the malted barley. Look at all the salt left behind in there. These were when the crackers were the best. Look at the salt. Look at that. Just very well toasted. They hold up perfectly. Making my mouth water, actually. The military needs to go back to this cracker formula. Same salt on the outside, everything. They need to go back to these crackers. Guarantee you, every single person would like them better. And I think these are much closer to what a survival cracker was back then, because I've eaten those big tins of civil defense crackers, and they're a whole lot closer to this than, well, just about anything else. The civil defense crackers, I would say, are more like the like late 80s, early 90s, like the next generation right after these. They didn't really have, maybe because they sat in tins for 50 years before I tried them, they didn't have the salt on them, and they were the way they were packaged, and so many of them in there. I don't know. You know, maybe they were supposed to have a little salt on them, but this is it right here. Like, they had it right to begin with and then screwed it up. I don't get that. I really don't. Like, they had something that was really good, and then they made it worse, and then they made it worse again, and then they made it worse again, and then they really made it worse in, like, I don't know, 2013, 2014. They made it to the point to where the crackers won't stay together anymore. Like, they're broken every time you open them, and they crumble and fall to pieces. It's tragic. It's tragic that they could make great crackers, and they just don't. Yeah, I'll never eat both of these tonight. Hopefully I can get them out of here. Yep, there they are. Look at that. Look at that. Just cookie perfection. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, they are stuck together, as always. They're never apart. And typically, when I stick a knife in between them, they break. But wow, those smell way better than the new ones. The chocolate smells much more natural. Milk chocolatey. That smells really good. It smells really nice. I mean, this 80s stuff is just better. I'm not going to open this until it's time, because I don't want humidity to get to it. And it's time for the beef slices and barbecue sauce. So basically, we're supposed to have some barbecued beef right here. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see about that. We shall see what we got going on here. All right. Of course, it's always on the wrong end. Always on the wrong end. And if I flip it over and rip it open, it will almost guaranteed squirt juice everywhere. So instead, I am going to cut this open like so on the wrong end and not squirt juice everywhere. Wow, look at the barbecue sauce. Gracious me. That looks thick. It smells like first generation MRE barbecue sauce. It smells like the meatballs. A little bit of a metallic scent to it. Not bad, though. It smells good. It smells like kind of like mesquite barbecue sauce. All right, let's take a look. See if it's the slices like it was last time I had it. It isn't. These are more like long patties. Well, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Hang on. I don't need any more of that. Look at that. It's a lot of thick barbecue sauce. It's got some oil in it too. Looks like a spaghetti sauce, really. Oh no. Dang it. Got that all over my board back there. Use this towel. Just changed all that stuff around too. I can't keep it clean. It's all right. Where can I put this? I won't get on stuff. Maybe right here. Yep, that'll work. All right. Let's use a Canadian spork. Let me stir this up real quick. It's got some creamer separation going on. Yeah, but I want to use the spork in. Let's see if these things are round. Ooh, look how liquidy that's getting down it. Okay. Well, yeah, it's more like a elongated patty. And the last time I had this is like the ribs. This is like the McRib kind of before the rib version of the MRE. You see how it's got that like fluted cut on the edge? Huh. And the last time I had these, they were super dark. Super dark. But look at that. That's like actual meat grain in there. Look at that. Not at all like the last time I had it. The last time I had it, it was round slices. I mean, that meat is real dark. Real dark on the inside. It's steaming hot, too. So, but look, you can see the fat in between, like, the grains of meat. I'm not taking a huge bite to start with, because I've had this numb my mouth before. Especially the beef slices. So, there's the first bite. My mouth is watering. I mean, that's a good sign. Here we go. Down the hatch. as long as it doesn't make my mouth numb. Tangy. Barbecue sauce is tangy. A little bit of sweet, a little bit tangy. It's a really good barbecue sauce, actually. And I don't mind the texture of the meat. It's dry, but other than that, like, the grain of it's really nice. It's very chewy. Very chewy. Oh, yeah, manufacturer can make a big difference. John said 1 year can make a difference back then. 1 year can make a difference. Manufacturer to manufacturer can make a difference because they were using a lot of different smaller, like kitchens, I guess you'd call it, or manufacturers for the mains. You know, the cookies, the Reagan cookies like this will be from Sterling Bakery every time I've ever seen them. Maybe there's another one, but that every time I've ever seen them. Peanut butter, Kern Foods, pretty much every time, if not every time. And let's see what the Innovative Foods Incorporated. Now, they weren't using Mountain House or Oregon Freeze Dried at that time, so yeah, maybe that's why the packaging is lacking. As you can see, it is not vacuum sealed at all. They did attempt to vacuum seal it, I think. All right, so far, so good. Now, I have eaten plenty of old MREs, and I've taken the first bite, and it felt and seemed okay. And then I take the second bite, and I don't know what it is or how this works, but the second bite will induce numbness. And the first bite seemed okay. It's like it's a building effect or something. I don't know. But that seemed okay. And the barbecue sauce, I would have to say, is so far the most surprising part of this, other than the fact that the beef may be edible. Now, the beef is like on a borderline. It's almost not good, but I don't feel any side effects from eating it. So I'm going to take the big bite and see what happens. I do really like the texture of it. Those last beef slices that I had that were round, I can't remember what year they were. I was thinking they were 85 when I had it last time. But they were rock hard, inedible, made my mouth numb, just didn't taste right. And anytime you have a red sauce like this in a retort pouch for a really long time, you're going to get a slight metallic flavor when you boil your main. And I left it in there what I feel like was a pretty minimal time. And what I can say is it's probably going to give me heartburn, but you know, I don't have any weird side effects from eating this so far. So, and I kind of like it. It's, like I said, it's really chewy. As you can see, it's not really, the texture isn't all that great to cut. But you can see the fat and the natural grain of the meat. So it may be pressed and formed, but it's mainly in its original form. They just kind of cut it down small and then pressed it into these rib-shaped patties is what I'd call them. Skinny, very thin rib-shaped patties, but nonetheless, it's kind of like basically about one of the ribs, like the rib MRE, if you put both these patties together, except the rib MRE is still just a little bit bigger. But I'm impressed. I've never had one of these that was fully edible, and this seems to be fully edible. I think it's going to mix well with the cracker. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of the cracker. Those crackers are so good. I cannot praise them enough. Fantastic. The malted barley is a little strong to go along with the meat, but the salt kind of balances it all out. Makes me feel like I'm eating a proper meal with the bread aspect. Let's do this. Let's start stacking some. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, what is that? Oh no, that's gonna make me not want to eat it. Oh no. Oh, that's so... It's like seriously making me lose my appetite. I know it's just fat. I know it's just fat. I keep telling myself it's just fat. Oh, but it almost doesn't look like fat. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Y'all know what that looks like. Y'all know what that looks like, right? Oh, it creeps me out. I was eating that. Yeah. Fat ligament. Yeah. It also looks like what Justin said. Grr. Creeps me out. And I do not like eating like sinewy fat or anything like that. But that right there is enough to flip my appetite from being turned all the way on to being completely off. Oh yeah, the Miracle double packed. Yeah, where they'd send their MREs over to Ameriqual, packets, send them to Ameriqual, and they'd double pack them. Which, I mean, Ameriqual does it too, but I'm trying to work the gumption up to eat that cracker. Oh man, that's freaking me out, man. Alright, time out. I gotta use the restroom real quick. Man, I do not. All right, I'm going to deal with this, and God bless me. It's just now I'm seeing it all through it. Get out of there. Get out there, you nasty. All right, I'm going to get rid of this because I can't look at it. I know it seems like I'm being over dramatic, but I cannot. Oh, there's another one. Is that what all that right there is? Is that really what all that is? I mean, you talk about low quality meat. I mean, I seen the fat in it when I first dug into it, but all right. I'm going to man up, face my fears, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to quit being a wuss about it, and I'm just going to eat it. It's going to make me puke. Oh. Why am I even? I've eaten much worse than this. Without any issues. If this is the one that makes me puke. Just something about that freaks me out, man. I don't know what it is. Urgh. I mean, I know nothing could live that long, right? I know nothing could live that. Nothing could live that long in this retort pouch. I got nothing to worry about. Right? Just agree with me and say, yeah, no way could anything live 41 years in a retort pouch, which is true. It's very true. Outside of botulism, but that's another story. Wasn't bloated. I'm just going to eat it. That's all. Just going to eat it. I'm just going to eat it. I'm going to eat it after I eat it. Oh. Genuine question. Does anybody else have that sort of reaction to what that looks like to what I'm having? If I was in my day-to-day life and I had something fresh that I opened up that looked like that, I would be irate with whoever made it. I'd be like, what is this? Take it back. Get whatever that is out. And this doesn't even look it. I thought it was going great. It was going great. I was so happy and everything was tasting great, and then it just stared me right in the face. I felt like it was looking at me. It had And I cut this piece off of that, and that's where this came out of. It kind of like pulled out of it, which means there's probably I'm not going to be a wuss about it. I'm just going to eat it, and I'm not going to puke, because I'm not going to think about it after I eat it. It just gives me cold chills. It's cold. It's cold, and swear to God, if one of those things is stuck in my teeth, my night's over. Coffee's good. That just gives me the straight up creeps. I really wanted to eat that. I really did. It was going so well. It's going so well. Now I'm going to feel bad if I don't eat it, because I know likelihood of me finding another one that edible is slim to none. Maybe it was just that one piece. Maybe it was just that little area. Coffee is great, by the way. It's still nice and hot. Usually when I get to it, it's kind of like lukewarm. It's nice and hot. This is a beef slices and barbecue sauce from 1984. It's 41 years old, and it just had this sinewy, veiny appearance that freaking creeps me out, man. Just because I know that looks exactly like something else that you'd never want to see in your food. Ever. But it could be there. It could be there, depending on where you're at. Whew. Mike, Ohio, bipolar like Kentucky weather. Same as West Virginia. I got rid of it. I couldn't keep looking at it, but I'm sure there's more. Let me take a gander here, and I'll pull some more out for you. Because, you know, again, maybe that was the only part. I went in there and gave it to the cats. They probably ate it. But it sure appeared to have more of it in there. So far, so good. I'm not coming across it yet. All right. Well, maybe I can eat some more of this. Even though it's still bothering me. Basically like a bunch of this. You see that? Right there. You see that? Except like 5 or 6 of them together. I think I picked some out and put it on the wall of the bowl too, over here. Somewhere. Yeah, there's some right there. But it's like, you know, again, I see the grain of the meat, and that's good. I like that. All right. I'm just going to... Hey, LC came in with a super chat. Let me see what that says. Very common in tough cuts of beef. I agree. It's just, you know, usually I'm not looking at it, I guess. And that, and I don't eat a whole lot of tough cuts of beef. Excuse me. Stop ignoring in to... Wait. Stopped in, I'd say. Stopped in to say hello. Happy Saturday. Out visiting with Papa. So, hope to be back into action with the next stream. Well, it's good to see you here. Glad you could stop by, and thank you for the super chat. It's okay. I think I knew what you meant. I was like, she didn't mean to put that in there. Stopping in. Gotcha. That's what I thought. I think I read it mostly right. Oh, wow. Thank you for the super chat. And, yep. It's semi-gross food night here on the smoke show, on the Saturday night smoke show. I'm going to eat. I can't. Where'd that cracker go? Dang it. Hold up. Now, I'm going to be rather ticked if I lost. Where in the heck did it go? Huh. Wait. Yep. Is that it? Nope, that ain't it. What the heck? Alright, well, I guess that'll be for the spiders. Where in the heck did it go? It's going to bother me, though. Wait, is that it? There it is. I found it. My table's a cluttered mess right here. Got cobwebs under the table. Been starting to see spiders in the house already. It's awful early for them. All right, here we go. Try again. Yep. I feel bad if I don't eat this now. Or at least most of it. Barbecue sauce is really good. I don't want to see any more. No. That right there. All right, hold on. I got to chew this up before I... I can't mess with it and be eating it at the same time. This is the closest to puking maybe I've ever came. It's just something about that freaks me out. And I gotta clear the old palate. All right, there it is. Whoever was wanting to see it, I can't remember who it was, but there it is. It just looks like a worm fest all up in the meat. God. The barbecue sauce is really good too. It's really nice. Good barbecue sauce. Give me... Alright, this has got to go. Face the other direction. Let me back the camera up. This has got to stick to the wall with those things. Facing inward. Is that a piece of cracker? Is that a piece of cracker? It better be a piece of cracker. It doesn't look like a piece of cracker. Yep. Well, as long as I don't screw with it, mess with it again, I'm going to take another big bite here. Massive bite. All I can get on the spoon. Well, that's good enough, I guess. And another bite of cracker. And I'm not messing with it. I'm just gonna put it out of my mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Distract myself thinking about anything else. I did get a new roof put on my building since the last time I talked to you guys. I can't show it to you though, because all the pictures are on here on this device. I actually like this. I don't mind the dry meat. The texture's not bad. I mean, it's tough. It would be tough to anybody, but it's got a tough, dry texture, but not super dry. And the barbecue sauces. Very nostalgic for me. It just reminds me of vintage MRE barbecue sauce. I've tasted it in many other dishes from this era. Well, not many, but yeah, there's a couple. Few. All right. Well, I took a great big bite. I'm done for now. Give me a break. Like shrink wrap tubing. Yeah, it's something that's it is like a trigger, I guess. It's something that was just, as soon as I saw it, that's all I could think about. I'm so glad it wasn't moving. Or even like where it was sinewy, if I would have pulled it too far and then it, which it did kind of do that. Maybe that's what done it. Watching it kind of spring back and kind of slowly pull back in. Sure, it's like tendon or something, or, you know, fat. I don't know. It just, again, it is certainly an image that I have in my head that I can't break. And I'm quite proud of myself that I did not hurl. Like, almost immediately. I've done well. I've done as good as I could have. Yeah, Tim, it definitely, yeah. Connective tissue, possibly veins. Yep. It has some elasticity to it. And it's embedded in the grain of the meat. So it's like, yeah. And the grain of the meat is natural. Like, that's not your chunked, formed, and cubed crap. That's actually got good natural grain of the whatever the beef. Excuse me. So, I mean, the quality's like it probably was a lot better 40 years ago, let's be honest. But for tonight, like 41-year-old beef patties, or was it beef patties? No, beef slices with barbecue sauce. It's pretty daggone good, I must say. And that's the first really edible one that I've ever had. All the other ones that I've ever had of the beef slices have been not really edible. They numb the mouth too hard. Well, both, actually. Look at that peanut butter. It's awful shiny. It's awful oily. It's awful oily. It's oily peanut butter. And I did knead it up well. It almost looks a little chunky, doesn't it? Look at that. You see that? That's kind of weird, right? I don't think it usually does that. See, like the little... It almost looks like chunky peanut butter. Like those are nuts or something in there. Look at that salt. Mm-hmm. At least the veggie protein crumbles don't have veins. I guess. That's true. Or it shouldn't have. It should just be textured vegetable protein. TVP for the win. Yeah, this is actually quite the spectacle. That cracker with that peanut butter. That does look chunky, though. Let's see if it's a peanut. No. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of weird. Anyway, cracker with peanut butter. Pretty standard. Nothing, no frills. Just amazing MRE cracker from 41 years ago. And some peanut butter that never goes bad as long as it's sealed properly. Oh. Wait. Yeah. That's like you said, lumpy. Who said that? Chris. When I stuck it in my mouth, I stuck my tongue to it and pressed it against the there was actually texture in there, like peanuts. Huh. I've never noticed that with vintage peanut butter before. It's always been super mega smooth. But this is like not chunky, but lumpy. Like you said. It's lumpy. And it's consistently lumpy. You can certainly see some chunks of I guess chunks of peanuts in there. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely a peanut right there. Well, I'll be. Well, that's a first that I can recall. I mean, there's actually chunky peanut butter that comes in MREs, but the newer stuff, I don't know when they started doing that. Probably in the 2000s sometime, like maybe like 01, maybe late 90s. I don't know. I'd have to look. But the salt from the crackers really complements the peanut butter. The malted barley, Almost hate to open them strawberries, but I will. We'll see what they look like. Let's see if I can get this to separate. Not without breaking. Daggone it. Well, that just... Here. I'm going to eat the big piece and what's on the knife. These are so much better. The chocolate tastes much closer to normal chocolate than the ones that aren't Reagan cookies. As soon as they go rectangle, man, the chocolate wax, the wax gets heavier. You know, it contains a lot more wax, it seems like. Now, the early rectangle ones Actually, didn't they make like a weird square one? Almost square. Anyway, these early round ones are... They're so much different. The chocolate is so much better. It actually has a normal chocolate taste to it. And the cookies themselves, where they're thinner, I don't know, they have a really nice oatmeal flavor to them. And they kind of, they dissolve real easy. Here, look at that. That's a good looking cookie. I guess I can dip it in some coffee, huh? Yeah. Coffee is lukewarm at best. But it still should absorb some of that into the cookie. Give it a try. Oh. Even though that's not super hot, just warm. This is so good. This is so much better, too, than the modern stuff. It smells way better, too. It just smells like really nice milk chocolate. It doesn't smell weird at all. It's just as good dry, though, really. Ooh, I had like a fruity. What's that about? That's kind of weird. Like the center of the bottom of the cookie had like a fruity flavor to it. I wish they would go back to whatever the coating was back then. It was much better. Much better. I mean, twice as good. It doesn't leave like that film in your mouth, that waxy film doesn't coat your mouth. The other ones kind of do a little bit. Those don't at all. They don't necessarily have to go back to the round, I don't guess. But the round is nice to get 2 cookies. It's probably about the same weight, but you feel like you're getting more when you get 2 cookies like that. All right, strawberries. Rinse the old palette here. Strawberries. 41-year-old strawberries. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, wow. They have a really strong smell. Interesting. Being freeze-dried like this, you really shouldn't smell much. But that smells very strong of strawberry. Very strong. Almost like a little bit overly ripe strawberry is what the scent is. Looks really, really nice color. You can see the pieces of strawberry in there. Here. And that's probably some like strawberry syrup. I'll give it a try. So it's kind of slightly metallic. It's a little weird. Not gonna lie, it's got a slight metallic flavor to it. It feels like it's got humidity to it. Like it's not exactly crunchy like it's supposed to be. It's not properly freeze dried, which this is as good as it would have gotten, I would say. Maybe not. Maybe it was better 41 years ago. I can't say that for sure. Yeah, I pretty much can though, actually, because if this would have had a pinhole or anything like that, it wouldn't be edible. So this is probably about exactly how it was 41 years ago. And don't get me wrong, it's sweet, like candy. I do not like that metallic flavor coming off of it, though. And it's quite strong. You just let it dissolve. Maybe it was just that corner. I'll try another piece. Nope. Yep. That's metallic as well. Yep. Let's, what do I have? I could reconstitute a little bit of that in. Do I have anything handy? I think I got a little bowl in here. Hang on. I do have a little tiny, I don't know what you'd call this thing. Condiment cup, maybe? Thing is when we bought these bowls, they only gave us one of these, so I guess it wouldn't really be a condiment bowl. I don't know what this thing was for with the set. But I have it. It's just the one, but little, excuse me, made in China dish there. I have no idea. Come from Walmart, I think. Alright, let's see. A little bit of water. A little bit of water. Just I mean, really just a little bit. Flip it over. Well, that looks pretty good. Well, look at that strawberry. Wow. That strawberry was picked over 41 years ago. Look at that. Piece looking a little rotten. So is that right up there on the top right there. Looks like an overly ripe strawberry. Yep. It's definitely got that like brownish gray look that they get whenever they get overly ripe. It's not quite rehydrated yet. This part right here isn't wanting to rehydrate. And I wonder if after adding the water, if it's still going to have that metallic flavor to it. Why is my lens looking foggy? That's better. Must have touched it with my greasy fingers. All right, here we go. Still tastes metallic. That kind of sucks. I mean, it's edible. Don't get me wrong. I think it's because they were overly ripe. Whenever strawberries get like right at the point of starting to rot, they do take on like a metallic flavor, aftertaste, whatever. I'd probably still prefer to eat it dry, unless I was just sick eating strawberries dry. Then I'd add some water, because it's pretty good. I mean, and it adds that that syrup to it, which is A-okay in my book. The Reagan cookies are just... They're called Reagan cookies because Ronald Reagan was the president when we had these cookies. He is the only president that we had while having these cookies. So, hence the name Reagan cookies. Why they changed it after, let's see, when did Reagan get out? 86? 87? He changed office 87? Hang on. When was Reagan's first term? Was it 79? When he got in office? Elected in 78? I know he was president when I was born. It don't taste good after the strawberry. Doesn't take long to get the strawberry taste out of my mouth. Oh, easy there, sport. Well, got that video of Gabe's that we filmed just a couple days ago. He must have liked that video. He put it up. I have not seen it, so let me pull up YouTube. All right. No, it's a freaking Temu ad. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Let's watch it together. Why not? Gabe won't mind. That might actually fit down in there.
Hey guys, I'm your pal gabeRILLA, and I'm here with Oldsmokey. His channel link will be the only thing in the description down below. We do get together from time to time to do videos. Today we're in where are we at? New Haven? Is that where we're at? Yeah, New Haven, West Virginia.
No, yeah. Forget where we are.
Yeah, this is Jamie's studio.
This is Mason County, the Mothman area. Yeah, that's what everybody knows.
So this is Chili Creek or Cave Creek chili beer with chili pepper added. Ed's original. It was brewed and bottled for Black Mountain Brewing Co. Inc. in Cave Creek, Arizona. The back of it says, Cave Creek Chili Beer. For information regarding chili beer, you can visit our microbrewery located in Cave Creek, Arizona, next to our Satisfied Frog restaurant. What a fucking name. Originated by Crazy Ed Chilean in 1990, this unique beer has an Arizona-grown chili pepper inserted by hand into every bottle. Cave Creek, Arizona is located 25 miles north of Phoenix and Scottsdale. I believe this date code dates to 93. I think. It's right around there.
So it's at least 32 years old.
Yeah, it's at least.
It could be 35.
Yeah.
It's either 90 or 93.
Yeah. Yep. So, this came out of the beers I got in Madison, Wisconsin. This guy really kept things nice.
Finishing
this
the Polish.
This, but this is probably the best chance of being
German.
actually drink out of any one of these I had. This one's very iffy. I don't know that I would drink much of this at all because Jamie, if you could produce some light, sir.
It's got a big old.
It might mess the video up when we turn that light on. The thing. Let me see.
Oh, there it is.
It's got a big old pepper right inside and quite a bit of biomass. As a result, it's sticking inside and trying not to do it.
Yeah, that's a big old pepper, dude.
It's pretty foul, to say the least.
Yeah.
So this looks like something your grandmother would have in a fucking cellar. Bottle down there and go, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it looks like it was canned 30 years ago.
That's
I've seen old canned food, and this is. I mean, it doesn't look far off. You know? Yeah.
It kind of looks like a little turd float. God, I don't understand what I'm opening. This is completely honest. This is one of the very few beers I have absolutely zero interest
I hope that it has some sort of hiss and fizz to it. Oh!
It certainly is.
I want you to use the other hand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Personal
That's
preference.
fucking weird. Smell the hand, dude.
I can smell the pepper though.
Yeah,
It smells fresh though.
It smells alright.
Not like good. Oh, it's fresh. No, but it smells. It doesn't smell foul.
On top of the shit I'm dealing with. I'm so disappointed in myself.
It almost has like a warm
Well, that smells
scent
fucking
to it.
spicy.
It's got a warm scent to it. Not like, oh, it's spicy
Oh,
hot,
yeah.
but it's like humid, like a humid scent. I know that sounds
We
weird.
gave it corner, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Ugh. I don't even think that pepper will come out.
Well, we'll have to pour more out, but it'll come out.
oh, look at that.
I really didn't think the pepper would come out.
Okay, let's do it now.
Lots of chunks on the side of that bottle.
Oh,
Look at that.
yeah, there you go. Right there.
Ugh.
Nothing of the video. Oh, my God. Look at the... Yeah.
Going up in there.
Yeah.
Dude, shoot it down it. Shoot it down it.
I'm interested to see what she got down this. Oh, you can see it. Kinda.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh. Oh.
Doesn't want to.
Oh. Wouldn't
Can't
focus.
see it.
Alright, camera, which one
The light didn't help, I don't think.
Now.
I think it made it worse.
Oh man, why do I even do this?
Ooh, that's fucking spicy.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite hot. That's
Cave
really
Creek,
hot.
West Virginia?
Really? That's quite hot. I don't like spicy.
That's very spicy. I like spicy. That's pretty hot.
Oh. It is actually really hot.
That's delicious.
Gabe liked it. He didn't like it. He said he liked it. He didn't like it. It's not like whiskey hot either. That's pepper hot.
That is delicious. Congratulations.
It has a weird
Cave Creek chili beer. It's delicious.
sweetness. After it settles, after everything settles, my saliva
it's
is
gross.
like sweet.
It tastes like me smoke a cigar in your mouth. That's what it tastes like me. Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
So,
Drink worse.
the heat lingers, like the heat right now is dissipating, but right here, I feel it going down my.
Did it come out?
It did.
Oh. Oh my God, it's so green.
YouTube Premium
Oh.
is ad-free YouTube. And
Yep, this definitely ain't YouTube Premium.
so
It's not ad free.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled it out of there, yeah.
Ew.
Oh,
Oh.
it's got like a grayness to it. Eat it.
That light's got to go away.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's rotten.
Oh.
That's a beer residue.
Is it? Oh,
I think so. Yeah, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say cut it in half.
There's
Oh,
It's just
oh.
beer. That's the same shit that builds up beer.
Oh, the
It's just
protein.
because of it, yeah.
mm-hmm.
That pepper did not look normal.
This is not normal. It's not just everyday old beer that we've had.
Ew. Oh. Oh, it made a mark on your tongue.
It's not. Yeah, it's fine.
That'd be fine.
It's so salty.
This is such a rare beer.
So it's, you know, it absorbed a lot of the beer.
Yeah, I don't think putting
Actually gross, huh? I would drink that. I'm gonna buy it.
Tips.
treats into beers is a good idea.
He's got it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a little brown inside.
I eat it.
It looks awful juicy.
I would eat it with my mouth.
Get that on my knife. I didn't even think about
Oh,
cleaning that
hey,
off.
hey, hey, look at that prison saying. Shit on my dick or shit on my knife.
Excuse Gabe's language.
Soggy. Cold.
Is it hot?
It's bitter.
Yes. Kinda.
Oh.
Sour.
Very soggy.
Um. Look at the carbonation still on the cup. You see that? That's pretty
All that
fascinating.
heat is in that beer because there ain't nothing in that.
It's there.
Really? I can't taste.
Maybe it was on the tip.
Isn't it always?
It's
always on the tip.
It's. I would say it's not.
That beer is fucking hot. That beer is not hot. It's a nice fucking beer.
It's like drinking whiskey, dude. I don't like it.
What happened here?
It's got fucking.
There's a little bit of liquid difference.
You like it?
No, I'm not much drink 3
Yeah, he just did that because I had that reaction.
I tasted it.
Uh-huh.
I got 2 swigs of it.
Well, that was an experience. I can feel it. Good.
I know. I feel it. Well, yeah, I can feel it on my chest. Huh?
Think we're gonna shit ourselves up later? Like for real, get diarrhea or something? Good.
I mean,
God,
I don't know anybody else who's done this that I can
No, I can.
reference. So this is uncharted territory.
I like the pepper smell. What else?
It could be bad later. It could be fine.
I mean, I don't feel the rumbles, but sometimes it takes a minute.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, sometimes it takes hours.
Mm.
The thing is with the pepper, I don't know what could happen to it. It's a biological in the bottle. Now maybe there was enough alcohol in there
Oh, probably
to
not.
sterilize whatever. But now, what I will say is there was no bulging to the lid.
I would say this. This beer was
That's as that dries out, it's getting darker.
spice a
Looks
bit
almost black now. Look at the pepper.
This spice a bit about. Oh yeah, look at
It's like turning black, dude.
It might just be the light.
I don't know, dude. It's
No, I think it definitely got darker.
Definitely got darker.
Same
I think it's from where it was drying out.
We can say we did it.
It's true.
See it later.
Not me. Two throw up. We've all seen my channel. But I may shit myself later. That's times when I drink beer. One time, I was in San Diego.
Gabe needs a microphone.
Probably about 16
Well,
Keystones before
my building,
this
it's definitely going to require
shit myself in
microphones.
traffic. As a gentleman had cut
Got
me
like
off.
10 or 12 foot ceilings in there and
I
beams.
did not.
There's a link to Gabe's channel down in my description. And all that.
At that point, it gives you an upper
I made a
hand.
post of this earlier. If you want to find it, go to my channel, go to posts or community.
From a shitty pants guy.
That's true. If somebody came out and you just saw shit on his pants and he was like angrily yelling at you to try and fight you, you might just, I don't know that I wouldn't fight that fight either. I'm like, all right, bud, that's how I ain't that bad.
We're good.
All right, that's pretty much it. Sign off. All right, that was fun. It wasn't bad. I have big plans for what's coming up. So this type of content, what we're doing right now, I'll probably still occasionally do maybe even this exact style of live stream just for the nostalgia factor of it and everything. But my content is definitely going to change to a more, I would call it heavily produced, and I'm going to try to add in storylines and do some in and out of studio things where I experiment with taking some of these vintage rations that I have to some old timers and trying them out with guys that are willing. Podcasts is coming. I don't know if I'll put that on this channel or if I might just start a new one. But if I start a new channel, I'm fine with starting a new channel. I mean, it'll either take off or it won't. So, what else? There are a couple. I'll probably first do the local area because I have a bunch of footage that I've never released, I've never used from around here, and some of it's real. I sit and watch some of the videos that I've filmed, and I'm entertained by them. And I'm talking throughout them a little bit, but it's not real easy to be entertained by your own content usually. And some of those videos that I have they're pretty good. And I'm going to probably compile some of those into a local docu-series or documentary style, one single longer hour and a half film. I haven't decided whether I want to break it up into small sections or if I want to just tell the whole story all at once. But I think I can put together a rather good look, because there's so much history here. There's just more than people know, and if I can get a video to somewhat go a little, I don't care about the views or the money. I just want people to know the actual American history that is right here, because most people don't know that this is where the first shots of the Revolutionary War kicked off. I think that's something that the people should know. I think that's a huge part. Well, it is the start of America as it being America. Now, of course, we have, wow, how many years before that? So basically, wow, almost as much time before the Revolutionary War as we've had since the Revolutionary War. How crazy is that? 1492, Columbus. So that's 8 years to get to 15 to 1776. That's 276 plus 8. 270, so 284. 284. So, and 1776 to now would be next year's 250 years. So yeah, almost as much time has passed since the Revolutionary War kickoff as we had in the country, as Europeans and everything had in the country before the Revolutionary War. Interesting. Interesting. Everybody talks about, you know, the Boston Tea Party, and Boston is a big focus of that time span, and West Virginia gets left out of it. There's the town that I halfway grew up in, where I went to high school at. I don't know if you'd call it famous, infamous. What? Yeah, maybe. But there was a huge amount of Underground Railroad houses that ran through Gallipolis, Ohio. Because back then it was a booming river city. Point Pleasant was a booming river city, had boat builders, not back then, but now. Gallipolis back then, during the Underground Railroad era, which would have been what? Probably 1850s is probably when that was going on. I don't know exactly. I'm going to guess 1850s. What's up, Stella? Stella's been feeling better, which is good. I hope she stays that way. I hope she stays feeling better. The other night when Gabe was here, we had a different blanket over there for her to lay on, and it's got these little frills on the end of it, and she got her toenail caught in it, and scared the crap out of me. The Satisfied Frog had pretty good food. The Satisfied Frog. Spicy tuna rolls. There will be new Oldsmokey content. I am going to probably, I mean, it's likely, look, once the studio's done, I'm going to have a legitimate studio, which is going to change the background, the look, to everything. I will upgrade probably to whatever iPhone is newest at the time. If they come out with a new one at that time, like, I will buy a 16 to start filming with, and I'll keep this as my day-to-day phone, and I will use the 16 for strictly content only. And I'm going to have a podcast room there, studio, which is going to be the largest area of it, which I want to set the studio up where it has like living room set, like seating, in at least like a couch and a chair, almost kind of like a smoking room. If you guys have ever seen a smoking room set up before, like the leather couch, the leather chair, like some neons on the wall, maybe a neon or two on the wall. And I'm going to have some really nice shelving with some really cool vintage rations sitting on it. I don't want it to be cluttered like this is. I mean, I might put a display case or two in there and light them properly. And that case right there, I feel like it's got a lot in it, but it displays well in the case. I haven't even looked at that case in a long time because it's behind my background and stuff, and I've got some cool stuff in there that I have not touched in years. I've got one of those old German rations. It's in the metal tin. I can't even remember what's in that thing. Might be chocolate. And then I've got a World War II era sealed British chocolate over there with that's got the speed in the chocolate. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically like amphetamines in the chocolate. What else is in there? I got the pack of Philip Morris is in that case from Steve's SA3, I think is what that came from. I'd have to go back and look at his videos to see. There is a pack of Camels in that case that came from Steve's 5-in-1 review. I traded him something to get that pack. I can't remember what I traded him. What else is in there? Oh, I got a pack of the Tops gum from that same 5-in-1. I got a pack of Chelsea's from Steve. I got those from Steve too. He opened a can. It was like it was either a March or July 1942 B unit Yeah. I think that, yeah. And it had a 3-pack of Chelsea's in it. And I have 1 or 2 of the smokes, and I have the pack, which I'm grateful to have, because that's the only can like that I've ever seen, is the one that Steve opened up. I have looked for that era, that date of can, for a long time, and I've never found one, which, I mean, I rarely find and get those B units anyway. I missed out on a couple a few weeks ago that I've been kicking myself ever since for not bidding harder on. Have you ever heard of a German soldier that left behind with nothing but his entire squad supply of meth because he thought he was dead? Wait, Smokey, have you ever heard of the German soldier that was left behind with nothing but his entire squad supply of meth because they thought he was dead? Why'd they leave their entire supply of meth behind? No, I've never heard that, but I'll bet you that's one very interesting story. I was just watching, it was not Sean Ryan, but the guy has been on Sean Ryan before. He was, man, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. I want to say it was Jason something. Anyway, he was, they were in a battle, and one of his guys got shot out there, and he just got up and ran out there and grabbed whoever it was. And right as he was getting ready to grab him, the guy that's telling the story says he got shot and spun him around and dropped him. And he got right back up, grabbed the guy, and as he was grabbing the guy, he got shot again. And I don't know if that's the time he got shot in the face, took his whole nose off and the side of his face over here. I mean, it was the story, just the story, the visuals that I get in my head. And I've had a slight traumatic injury compared to what he went through. I can just imagine. Said he never ran, never yelled, never screamed, nothing. And when he came, and then he got shot in the arm, right around here somewhere. And when he got shot in the arm, it flipped his arm up and over his back, and it was just loose and blew the whole elbow out. I've seen him on a couple podcasts, and I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Anyway, that guy's story is, it's crazy. And I get both sides, because I read down through the comments just on that, what I watched yesterday or today, I can't remember what it was, earlier this morning. And you got two sides really on the comments. You got the people that are saying we should have never been there in the first place and blah blah blah. Like, wasn't his fault that he was there. Well, and then you had other people saying, well, he enlisted, it's his fault. I'm like, come on, man. And then you got the people that absolutely are praising him for being a hero. And I mean, going through what he went through, just to be as stoic and composed as he was throughout that intense trauma, it takes a special kind of person to handle what he handled the way they say he handled it. Like, I guess he came back and sat down, and the one guy that was telling the story, I'm pretty sure, was the medic. And he's like, we had all the bleeding stopped on him, and like he was as good as we could get him. He's like, I looked over, and he's like, he didn't have any of this, and I was just looking inside of him. I was just waiting on him to keel over. And he's like, I didn't think he was going to make it another minute. And he made it. This guy made it. I think I read that he's had 34 or 38 surgeries. He had like 2,000, I want to say 2,000 stitches, multiple skin grafts, like 8 or 10 skin grafts. Like, they took his forehead and moved it down here. They took a skin graft off his forehead and moved it down here, and probably from elsewhere too. Usually they like to take it off your back thigh. They took one off me they took one off my calf on my right leg. Yeah, it's usually your hindquarters, your thigh, or your calf where they like to take it. I ain't never really heard of them taking it off the back unless they have to. Unless you don't have like other, like you got burn and your back's okay or whatever. And they would take skin from there then. Oh, it was a Finnish soldier? Here. Let me look it up on this. It's my camera's getting ready to go dead. Gave me 10%. Let's see. F-I-N-I-S-H. Finnish soldier. What was his name? A-I-M-O. A-I. There he is. Kovnin. Finnish soldier. Yeah, there we go. Is that it right there? Is that the why is my camera so freaking blurry? That's crazy. And then there's quite a few of them. There's the Fat Electrician, which I've watched some of his videos here recently before. QXIR, whatever that is. Did meth save his life? Likely it probably did. If he was so bad off that they thought he was dead, and then he did a bunch of meth to get him back, that probably constricted his blood vessels, gave him adrenaline, obviously, which is a big, huge bump. Like that can make you heal faster. Adrenaline is an interesting, naturally produced chemical drug, even, that our body produces, that does some miraculous things. It can do some miraculous things. Good night, Waffles. Good night. So the Fat Electrician is the guy. I'll watch that one here whenever we finish up. I'm down to less than 10% on my battery, whatever that is. But it usually lasts considerably longer than what you'd think it would. The battery on this phone's actually been pretty good, knock on wood. He's wearing a snowsuit. Oh, yeah, in the background. Wait. Well, there's a short right there where he's got a snowsuit on. That's probably actually him. The effects were immediate and extreme. Well, yeah. It says World War II winter soldier who overdosed on meth. And then there's this guy that does the morbid facts. Part number 593 or whatever he says. That dude's made a killing off those short series that he does. Dude knocked it out of the park. It's great content. He does great research, and he compresses it down into consumable content that gives you enough information to feel like you learned something. Like you learned, is that a word? Like you had learned. No. I just had a brain fart. Did I learn? Like you learn something. Did I just... What the... Anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to say it. That's the West Virginian in me. I wasn't taught too well. Maybe, yeah. I'm not as educated as I would like to be. I never did that well in school. Like, I'm kind of surprised I didn't quit or something. I mean, I did okay in school. I never really tried. I never felt challenged, I guess. It maybe was part of it. Because, like, I've looked back and thought about that. Like, I never really felt challenged by my schoolwork. So I never studied. I never did anything. I'd go in, I'd pass the test with a B or a C. Good enough for me. Like, I was fine. I knew from the time I was in, like, 9th or 10th grade, I had made up my mind, I'm not going to college. I'm going straight to work, right out of high school. That's my future. And that's exactly what I did. When I was 17 years old, I took off out of here with some buddies that were in the electrician. They were electricians. They were in the electrical trade. Took off to New York City, and that's what I'd done as my first, like, away from home, on my own job. I had plenty of jobs before that here. I mean, my first job, I was 12, like late 12 or 13 years old. I worked at Dairy Queen. I've told you guys that before. That was my first tax-paying job. Worked with my stepdad doing construction as a little, like, helper when I was, like, probably started that when I was 10. And then I worked for them on and off until I was 16. And the last time I worked for them was the summer that I was 16. I had a Camaro that I had bought with the money that I had saved. And they provided us with all the Mountain Dew that we could drink on the roofs. You know, we were doing, roofs and putting houses. We worked for D&W Homes for a subcontractor, so we put, like, modular homes together, 2 stories and double wides and stuff like that. We also did full ground up construction. That kept us pretty busy, but we did build a few houses, and I was drinking all kinds of Mountain Dew, and I remember coming down off the roof, and we were out in the country, out back of Ohio, out back of Gallipolis where I was at, and I remember going around the house, because couldn't go in and use the bathroom, there was no running water in there yet, and went to take a leak, and couldn't, and I was 16 at the time, and I had to go to the hospital right then, which I was only like 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the hospital. I was close to the hospital. So I drove myself to the hospital. And when I went in there, I remember laying on not a gurney, but on like a stainless steel emergency room plate thing. And my mom coming in there and them telling her that I had kidney stones. And then I ended up going to Chicago, like, a few days later with, at the time, the girl that I was dating at the time, and I had no pain medication because my mom took it, and I suffered. I suffered through that trip because I didn't pass until, like, the last day or the day before the last day. It sucked, and I think we were there for like a week or something, staying in the basement of her family in Chicago. I remember having a pizza that was about that thick. Ugh. I didn't like it. I didn't like that Chicago pizza. Not that particular Chicago pizza, but my palate's changed a lot since then. Being bored in school was definitely a real thing. Definitely a real thing. Where I went to school at, there was a lot of kids compared to schools up here and around, like what my kids went to school. I should have moved and put my kids in a better school. It would have required us uprooting and moving to get them into a better school, but I should have done it. I knew that. I had this discussion with Amber when my kids were little. You just get set in your ways. You get comfortable. Her family was around up here. Her dad and her mom. And heck, even early on, my grandma was still up here. And, up this way. She was a few miles down the road, but yeah. I should have moved my kids and got them a better, higher quality education, I feel like. Both my kids did all right. I mean, Alex had a full ride to college. And last semester, I believe on a 4-year degree. But I'm going to blame a lot of that on COVID, because COVID screwed him up. Really screwed a lot of kids up. And of course, he didn't have the, quite frankly, he didn't have the determination to get through the last little bit of it. And I tried to get him to understand, like, dude, just power through this last little bit, and you're going to have that degree, that 4-year degree, for the rest of your life. Like, they can't take that away from you after you get it. He could still go back and get it. I mean, he could still go back and get it. It's not, I don't think it's been too long. It's probably been, it's probably been going on 2 years. I'd say he was probably 21 when that happened. This would have put us back around the end of, or middle to end of 22, somewhere along there. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. This cookie right here, it smells so much better than the other ones. That could be an air freshener. It's that good. Why, when did Rodney go to college? I used to like Rodney Dangerfield movies and stuff. Stand up. Which I grew up with a steady diet of Johnny Carson every night. And Saturday Night Live is what was my, like, the big thing that I look forward to on the weekends. Hang on, that wasn't Rodney Dangerfield, was it? Old school Will Ferrell? Or was there another one? Before the Owen Wilson's brother one. Luke Wilson, is that his name? Oh, Back to School. I don't know if I've ever seen it. Probably. Saturday Night Live had their 50th anniversary 2 Saturdays ago. And I didn't know it. I didn't know that they were having their 50th that weekend. And my buddy is the special effects director for Saturday Night Live and has been for around 30 years now. He was, yeah, actually maybe longer than 30 years. They call him Smoke. Richie Smoke. But I texted him and I was like, hey, dude, I felt so bad that I didn't text him and congratulate him on that, because that's a milestone. And he's been there for a long, he worked with the greats. I mean, really. Farley. And he worked with Adam Sandler. All those guys. All those guys. Norm Macdonald. Man, that list, it could get real long real quick. Mike Myers. I think he was only there for like a year. I don't think... Was Chris Rock on Saturday Night Live, or was he on... what was it? In Living Color was the other one? Was that... I think he was on Saturday Night Live. Eddie Murphy. Huge. Like, I can ask him about just about any celebrity that you could think of. He's worked with Trump. Everybody. Have you seen that the Baldwins, that just made me think of this, Baldwins came out with a freaking TV show, and it's like they're trying to get back in the good graces of the population after Alex stunt failure. Dude, I don't care how many people defend him, what they say. Look, if you've grown up around Pew Pew, since I don't think we can even say that on YouTube, if you've grown up around those, or in his instance, where he's worked with them multiple, probably who knows how many times, on movies, what is the first thing that you are told when you're handed a pew pew, a water gun? What is the first thing you're told? Anybody got any idea what that first thing, what the golden rule is? What's the golden rule? What's the golden rule? You treat every gun as if it is loaded. I don't care. I don't care if you cleared it yourself, if you looked through there, and I don't care if you just took it apart and put it back together. And you know, you don't point it at someone. You only ever point it at someone and put your finger on the trigger if you intend to do the worst. Like this guy violated the golden rule. And then for him to have the audacity to say that he didn't pull the trigger, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. They don't go off on their own. They don't. They just don't. It don't happen. Now, you might drop one somehow if it's cocked, and maybe. Even that's unlikely, but that happened. That was in his hand. So we know what happened. You ain't fooling me. Shouldn't have fooled anybody. I mean, he must have had a jury full of idiots to have let him off on that, because that was 100% his fault, guys. I don't care what anybody says, it just was. He violated the most important rules, and they're taught to everyone who handles, especially if you got literal teachers. That's the first thing they're going to tell him. That's the first thing. What I told you is going to be the first thing that is told to them. And yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, I'm not saying that it can't happen. It can. It's unlikely. It can happen, but it's unlikely. But again, that's not the case with him. Yeah, I saw some guy out there giving him a hard time, which, I mean, he does the Saturday Night Live impression of our current POTUS, and some guy was out there dressed like that and giving him a hard time, and he lost it. Which, no, I'm not going to defend him on that, no. Like, he deserves everything he gets. I mean, really. I don't know, man. I can't believe they let that guy have a TV show again after doing that. What are they thinking? I'll never watch it for that reason. I mean, he's a notorious dirtbag anyway. But you add that on top, like the dirtbag thing could be just hearsay, and a lot of people don't like other people that have money or have been successful. So stuff like that you got to take with a grain of salt. But there's also quite a bit of footage of him being a dirtbag. So you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. I got no respect for the guy. I mean, that family, I hope her family got paid, at least. I mean, that's something. But they probably didn't with him getting off like that. They probably didn't. Because they basically admitted no liability on his end, which is insane. I don't know that that's true, but I'd have to look into it if I wanted to speak on the fact of it. What else has happened in the past couple weeks? You guys tell me, what else has happened in the past couple weeks? Danger Sig 320 and some Glocks are not drop safe. You ever seen Dan Aykroyd's only director's role, Nothing But Trouble? Okay. I probably haven't seen Nothing But Trouble in a long time. Excuse me. I've probably seen that in the late 80s, early 90s. If I was to guess. Let me look it up real quick. See what I remember about it. Oh, Bitcoin has dropped again. When does the time change? We're about to lose an hour. Chevy Chase, John Candy, obviously Dan Aykroyd. It's been. I'm sure I've seen it, but it was probably when I was a kid. If I was to take a guess. I don't think was John Candy ever on Saturday Night Live, which I'm sure he probably done a guest spot on there. I don't know. John Candy seemed like a wholesome, just down to earth guy. Like he stayed humble. He seemed like he did. That's like, I always thought of John Belushi as being like this party animal, crazy guy doing rails in the bathroom everywhere and I guess that's not at all what he was like. I guess supposedly when that happened, that was like the first time he had ever done that, which was like a supposedly like a speedball, and I thought he was a party animal, and he was. Apparently he was not, and there are questions of whether he knowingly did that, like if he even did that on purpose. I don't know. That's what the people nearest and knew him the best have said. SCTV in Canada. Oh, he was a Canadian? I didn't know that. SCTV. What's that? Is that like a comedy skit show up there in Canada? It's good coffee. I dropped Delicious's coffee mug a few weeks ago, and I thought, I mean, as it was dropping, I'm like, if that breaks, I'm never going to be able to get another one. I felt so horrible, but it hit on the corner and it bounced and it was fine. And I'm being extra careful, which I was being careful then, but it was wet and soapy, and I dropped it in the sink in there, and it scared the crap out of me. Oh yeah, yep. That's just better for display. I already know. Like, that's just a mess. But my phone is getting ready to die, so it's about time I sign off. Updates, like I said, the building, I got a new roof on it. I'm really kind of hoping that I can buy this gas station up here. It's going to add about 100 layers of stress to my life if I do. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I think if I get my contractor in the studio up there within the next week or so, I think I can have the studio apartment done in the next 3 weeks or so. And, well, there's a lot of cleaning out to do up there. Like, where they took the old roof off and half the roof was, there was a lot more of the roof that was rotten and bad that had to come off and new had to go in. So a lot of that fell down inside the building, and there's piles, I kid you not, that deep of just busted up rotten wood. And me and Gabe was up there the other day. I went up there to check and make sure everything was staying dry like it needs to be now that it's got a new roof on it, and it seemed to be. I stepped on a freaking board that was only about that long, and it had 4 nails sticking straight up out of it, and I didn't see it. We were in the dark, and I walked over through there, and I stepped right on it, and that board, the nail went plumb through right into my foot. Whew. Anyway, I got a mess to clean up there. I just cleaned up the outside part of it tonight because the trash, my neighbor up there that owns the hardware store is letting me use his dumpster on the day before the trash runs. As long as it ain't completely full, I can go up and put some stuff in there. He said he was fine with that. It's helping me out. So, that building, I have to redo some of the grout on the, like in between the bricks on the outside. I need 20 foot of scaffolding so I can get up to the top and redo some of the grout up there. Mortar. I don't know why I'm saying grout like tile. Anyway, that's what the tool is that I got to use. I got yesterday, got this tool that hooks onto a drill. It's a hopper. It's about that big, and you fill it up with your mortar, and it's got a corkscrew type feeder that goes through the bottom of it, just like any other feeder that goes, and you hook it onto, it's got a handle, and you hook it onto the drill, and it distributes your mortar. I think it's going to work really, really well for what I'm needing up there. So I got to get on doing that. And then I'm going to paint the building black. It has a copper roof. I'm going to put a copper roof on the front of it. And then I'm going to design and build out the apartment on the upstairs, which is just going to be a 1-bedroom. I mean, it's 1,000 square feet. There's enough room in there, I'm sure, that I could 2-bedroom it. Maybe I should. But I do want to have a big luxury, like spa type bathroom. So maybe not. And I do want to put a full kitchen up there as well. So, yeah. It's got good windows already. They're about the same as what's in here, but they should be fine for up there. And I'm debating on whether to put a balcony on the front or not. Like something that we can like watch the parade few times a year that it happens. Football game, like homecoming, Christmas, maybe Thanksgiving. I can't remember if we have one at Thanksgiving. I don't think we do. I don't know. I think we have one like 3 or 4 times a year, and I'm excited to get it done. Still trying to get it onto a TV show on HGTV. That could happen. You never know. I know people. Knock on wood. And I'm trying. But all right, guys. Fascinating meal. I really enjoyed it until I seen the creepy crawly looking nightmare that came out of it. Still bothers me just thinking about it. Anyway, thank you guys. I gotta text Miss Marilyn. I gotta get on that because I haven't seen Miss Marilyn in the comments in a while. I think she got burned out on the MRE stuff and she can't really eat them anymore. But we love Miss Marilyn and we miss her. So it'd be good to get her back in the chat for 10 minutes or something whenever we come out here. So, thank you guys for watching. Thanks to my patrons. Thank you guys for the likes. Thumbs up, thumbs down, either way. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.